Oh boy, I hope the stream information is actually updated this time. Let's see. Let me just creator dashboard this real quick. Take a little peek. We should be good. Yeah, we're good. 3 notifications. Gift subs for them. 35% off for you. Like me, I can buy people gift subs? I'm confused. I don't know what these words mean. All I know is that it's time to put some music on. Here we are. Here we are. So, let's see. Working on another dryad. I kind of forgot to post a poll about what game I should play next on stream. So here we are. Not drawing the next video game stream thumbnail. You know, what can you do, you know? Whatever. It is what it is, as we like to say. That's what I like to say at Carl's, especially when like the drive-thru time gets bad and they're like, Kyra, what happened to the time? I'm like, it is what it is. We can't do much about it. Sometimes. Oh boy, welcome home by the way. And another update. We do like to see the live James update. This is like live service gaming. But yeah, go ahead and lay it down. And then I will share the funny work stories from today. And yesterday. I don't even remember what I did yesterday. I went to work and I don't really remember what happened at work, I'll tell you that much. Anyways, we are working on my cherry blossom dryad. Brother, she called me cute. Yo! Yo, that's huge! I feel like I kind of strained like the dude bro like vocals on that a little bit. Like my throat kind of like. Anyways, I really gotta learn to make eye contact with my camera. I have like these 2 stickers here at my face cam, so I like can actually like talk to you guys, sort of. I would love if a girl called me cute. Well, I kind of had some of that today at work. There's this gay shift leader at work. Apparently she had a tiny crush on me when she started working there. So I told her, if she was single, yeah, if she was single and she had asked me out, I would have said yes. Like, yes, she's so fine. And I'm like joking around with her, like, oh yeah, if it doesn't work with my other coworker, I'll let you know, right? So that was funny. And then like later on in the day, all 3 of us, we have the drive-thru. Oh shoot. Snooze for 5 minutes. Okay, that should have snoozed the ads. So we got time to yap. And they're talking like, like, can you send so-and-so to clean the benches? Like, I think she got them already, and like, that's good, because it's like, imagine like there's all those crumbs, like, where are we gonna sit, right? And they're talking like that over the headset. And I have a headset too, so I just turned my mic on and I'm just like, we could sit on each other. And she goes, I'll let you sit on me. And it's just like, it's so funny. I would joke more like that to the person that I like more, but, more often, but, I can only do that if I know the person is comfortable with it. So, we shall see. Maybe there will be some funny things being said. I've actually had this character for like a bit now. Her name is Agatha. She is a cherry blossom dryad. I like to imagine her with a big sword. She's got like a lot of Cloud Strife influence. It was during the activity, and she like was asking me and my mate how me and my how me and my mate met, same guy with me in line, right? And it was because she saw me wearing a red necktie during the exam. It's my lucky charm, and she said that was cute because it matched the briefcase. That's sick. That's huge. Love that. Yeah, great updates overall. The lore thickens. We do love a little bit of James lore here in chat. Your device will restart to update outside of active hours. Okay. Please restart outside of active hours. Then she offered to give me a fountain pen. Dude. I think she's risen you with autism. Perhaps. Maybe I'm reading into it, but it's like, I know if I did something like that, it's probably because I'm like, I don't know how else to flirt with people. I can only flirt with people if, like I said, like, if I know they're comfortable with it, and two, if they're already, like, flirting back, even if it's, like, jokes and everything. I am a far cry from who I was in college. Man, I love it. I am oodling with charisma and confidence these days, most of the time. When my coworker, like, talks to me, or, like, it's still so hard to talk to my coworker that I'm actually interested in, cause they're, like, so... It's, like, so hard to talk to people you think are attractive sometimes. It's just like, man, I cannot... Like, I can't... like, I'm so scared to say something stupid. I also made, like, a really bad dad joke and she started laughing. I was like, that was a horrible joke. And she said, like, jokes, bro, I am weak. I would be folding, too. Like, cute girl tells me, like, oh, I like your shitty jokes. Like, oh my god. Yeah, I would fold, too. I don't blame you. One time, it's so funny. My manager is, like, trying to wingman me and, that one person, because she knows that I think that they're cute. And, one time, she was like, okay, you're gonna go check Dine, or whatever. You're gonna go do this thing before you go on your break, and then you're gonna give beautiful Kyra the headset. And I just, like, deadpan looked at her, like this. And then the person goes, oh yeah, I saw your D20 earrings. I forgot to say, but they're, like, really cool. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And then my manager, she's like, see, Kyra, they said that you're, like, they like your earrings. I'm like, they complimented you. And I'm, like, there, like, Irma, you complimented me. That's not how that works. She's trying. I appreciate that she's trying. She's not particularly great at it, but she is trying, which is really funny to watch. Oh, and disaster almost struck. So on Saturday, I told, it's gonna be me, 2 co-workers, and Johnny going to Ren Fair, but Johnny has work, so he's supposed to come, like, later. So I told one of my friends, like, hey, like, you gotta request the day off so we can, like, definitely go, okay? And I was under the impression that she did it already, right? I'm, like, struggling to draw this. Let me try with a smaller line. And, so I bought the ticket already for me and her, because, you know. And then I look at this week... Yeah, I mean, she's probably just being nice, right? It probably doesn't mean anything. I'm sorry, dude. You're asking someone with, like, autism. I can't read social cues. But, like, a fountain pen? Like, have you seen a fountain pen? Oh. I might be wrong. But yeah, fountain pen sounds fancy and expensive, so she's probably, like, at the very least interested in being a friend, you know? At the very least. Always assume that much. Anyways, so I'm, like, looking at this week's schedule, and she's working on Saturday, and I'm like, hey, I thought you requested the day off! And she's like, I know, I forgot. I'm trying to get someone to cover for me, but I'm having so much trouble. I'm like, are you serious? And I'm like, and I'm there at work today telling my manager about it, and I'm like, I'm not trying to turn this into a date. Because I prefer to have a third person there, right? Because I don't necessarily view it as third wheeling. It's me using somebody else as a social crutch because I'm horrendously socially awkward. Perhaps it doesn't seem like it because I'm a Twitch streamer. But I am. Rough, yeah. We thankfully did find someone to like cover for her so she can go, but I was just like, good lord. Can you, like, again, not that I was trying to turn this into a date, right? That is like the furthest from my intentions at the moment, right? But it's like, what did my manager say? She was like, no, you should just go by yourself, you should just go by yourself, it'd be so nice. And I'm like, or by yourselves, it would be so nice. And I'm like, yeah, it would have been hilarious, but it's just like, I would pay to hear that story, yeah. Of how literally everyone bailed on Ren Fair, so just me and my crush having to go by ourselves, just like me with like my arms down at my side, just like, it'd be funny. But I was just like, I can't hang out with just like one. You don't go to a Ren Fair with as like two people unless you're either like dating or like you're like besties, you know? So yeah, at least we got Saturday figured out. Ugh. My god. Speaking of, I need to make sure I brush my teeth real well. I need to test out some fake fangs that I have. So I think I'm gonna wear them to work tomorrow, cause you know, what are they gonna do? Tell me to take off my teeth in the middle of my shift? Fangs are not part of uniform, but they probably won't notice, right? They told me to not wear elf ears anymore. I'm like, fine, whatever, I'll find something else to wear. I bet I could wear fangs at work pretty regularly and be like, oh, Carl's Jr. has a vampire, woo! I did draw myself as a vampire not too long ago anyways, it'd be fitting. But I'm putting them on because tieflings have fangs, and I'm going as my tiefling druid that I played as in D&D like years ago. And during Monday's one-shot, it was great. My rolls were so fine that day, I was so happy. If you said anything, I got an ad. Yeah, we all got outfits, so I'm going as my tiefling druid. I still need to finish the tail, but I think I can do it tomorrow. I just gotta pray that I have extra fishing line, but the fishing line isn't super necessary, so I'm not too, like, caught up on that. I got my sleeves painted, I got my scimitar nice and slinging around my back. I'm probably just gonna, like, fix, like, one thing on it, and that's probably it. My other friend is going as a vampire, and then Le Crush is, going as, like, sort of like a cottagecore kind of thing. Like, that's what they're going for. Which is really exciting. And then Johnny, when he gets there, he's going to be going as a cowboy. Specifically, the protagonist of Blood Meridian. I have no idea if you know what that is. Maybe not. It is a piece of American literature that is very, very grim, very dark, very disturbing, very graphic, actually. I forget how he found out about Blood Meridian. I'm sure it was through Wendigoon. But yeah, it's good novel. There's like an 8-hour video on Wendigoon's channel, going into a little like plot overview and analysis of it. Insane story, gives a proper look into the actual life of cowboys. And I'll tell you one thing, cowboys were awful people, like historically accurate cowboys. Cause what is it? They'll like go to like these little towns in I want to say Mexico, or like they'll go to like little like Native American tribes, and they would just like shoot people and like scalp and skin them, and then specifically in the story there was one character, I believe his name is Judge Holden. They call him the Judge. I mean, what are cowboys? Like, what is the definition? You know, the rootin' tootin', they got a 10-gallon hat, ride a horse, spurs on their boots, blue denim jeans, you know how it is. I'm telling you, this is like the icon of American fantasy. I don't want to say American fantasy, but you know. But the historically accurate cowboys were not good people. And specifically, this one character, Judge Holden, in the story itself, a massive pedophile, because he's always mentioned to be, like, around kids, and I think he would literally, I'm trying to remember if I'm allowed to say these kinds of things on stream. But after doing one thing, he would kill them. I don't think I need to elaborate what that one thing is, and I'm not gonna make like a silly like rhyme with it too, because that doesn't feel appropriate. But ain't that just the outfit of the time period? Yeah. I mean, sort of, but like, I don't exactly remember the time period. I do remember though, blue jeans were massive during the California Gold Rush, which I don't really remember the year of. But I think in general, denim is just like if you're looking for like the specific definition of kind of like mercenaries, but with like a less heroic sort of connotation to the name, you know? Bounty hunters, I think is a better way to put it. Except there wasn't really like a bounty or anything specific. They were just kind of doing it and then like selling it to people. So like I think with bounty hunting there's always like the implication that you're like hired, like you're a hired hand of sorts. This was like bounty hunting but without like the hired hand part. They were just like if hunters were to hunt animals, cowboys were kind of hunting people. I'll put it that way. But yeah, the Blood Meridian was written to get back to the whole like thing that spurred this conversation. Blood Meridian was written to dispel like the cowboy myth that they were like they just like rode, like they just rode horses and like came into town. It was just like to like de-romanticize it a little. Why cowboys? Like, what does the cow part mean? Think of it less as cows and think of it as more like cattle. Because I think it was either they would like round up their own cattle or steal other people's. It was one of the two. Maybe both. I mean, it's also been a while since I've watched the analysis video, but the whole point of Blood Meridian is to dispel like, or is to de-romanticize the view of cowboys. It's like if they still cut out. Sick. Yeah. Like I said, they weren't good people. They were like pretty bad. They were like extremely bad. But that's not gonna stop me from that's not gonna stop me from one day playing Red Dead Redemption and being like, yeehaw! Right, sorry, Rango made cowboys look cool again. True. Yeah. But Blood Meridian is like, if a lot of people like really fantasize like the medieval stuff, and it's like, oh man, I would love to live in like a little medieval town back then. It's like, no you didn't. Everyone pissed and shit in the river. Have fun trying to like scrape by and make money. And then also, it was bad all around. That's, once again, they're not gonna stop me from like fantasizing about it a little bit. Like, I would love to live in like fantasy times, you know? I would love to actually be a tiefling. have horns, have like fangs, have a tail. Is there anyone dispelling Knights 2 or are Knight just cool period? I don't think there's anyone dispelling that necessarily like big in literature. Like from a literature standpoint, I think, but there are a number of people where it's like, yeah, it would be cool, but then the realist takes over and you kind of remember like the state of like medieval towns. I think even today in London, their rivers are still mad polluted to an extent, or like their sewers or something. I can't remember what it is exactly. I just remember it's just, like the lasting effects of having to like shit in the river, or just dumping piss and shit in the river. It's pretty bad. But yeah, I'm sure when the folks from Germany get here, they might be able to elaborate more on what I was saying. We haven't got any British viewers yet. Surprisingly, a lot of people from Germany. Yeah, now it's microplastics. Yeah, basically. Makes me so upset. Oh yeah. Do you have an opinion on modern cars, chat? Like Johnny, my brother, once again, because I do see that we have another viewer coming in. My brother told me that there's a new law going around, like it is now illegal to touch your phone while you're driving. And on one hand, it almost sounds like it makes sense until you remember literally every modern car these days comes with a built-in iPad. Like, huh? Like, how is that any better? I get the sentiment once again, but it's like, we're far past the point of like trying to prevent like distracted driving. It's pretty bad. I don't like modern cars at all. I don't like the iPad that's built into them. I think it's one of the dumbest things. Because the whole point of like having like a nice like simple dashboard with like very little to look at is so you don't have to take your eyes off the road. And yet here we are making stuff so you can take your eyes off the road a little bit more. And I think it's very stupid. Which is why I will always be happy to drive my Honda Accord from 2005. Honestly, if I could, it would be so perfect if I could just swap out my Accord's engine with like an electric engine. Like that would be incredible. Like if I could just have the interior of the 2005 Honda Accord EX, and then like just the rest of the parts are like electric vehicle stuff. That would be perfect, because I don't want a touchscreen display that is going to be like obnoxiously distracting. Those iPads are huge, the built-in things. I have a very like small and narrow one. Like it's fine, it works out. Reminds me, during a major chess event, there was a short event during their break day where they wore cowboy outfits and did stuff like horseshoe throwing, axe throwing. Oh man, horse riding. Imagine though. How much do horses weigh? Like a ton. And speaking of horses, actually, you just reminded me. There were some videos that I got recommended. I like watching commentary. I do like a little bit of internet drama in my day, just a little bit, not too much. And there was this lady on TikTok who was complaining. Multiple ladies on TikTok, because I watched like a few different videos. Multiple ladies on TikTok, they're like overweight and everything, nothing wrong with that, but they're complaining that they can't ride the horses. Like, I'm sorry that you can't ride the horses, but you also have to remember the horses are a living thing. They cannot carry that. I don't even know if there's like any animals, like, I don't know the carrying capacities of animals exactly, but it's just like, man, like the world is not being fat-phobic. We're just trying to protect the poor horses that don't really have a say in anything, you know? Lamau, elephants. Ouch. Savagery right there. I don't think elephants could take it. Yeah, I guess technically they could. but like, man. I've never gone horseback riding. Johnny has. It was fun. I think he had a very, very sassy horse from what I remember. But I do have a very vivid memory. We were in New Orleans. This was like back in middle school or something, so I'm like 12 at the time. We're walking around in New Orleans, and like they had the streets there. We didn't ride the Calesa? No, I've never gone horseback riding. Can I think of any experience that is remotely close to horseback riding that I've done? No, but I've made this joke several times on stream now regarding a character from the Filipino anime series Trece. Oh yeah, New Orleans. I should probably finish that first. So the streets are pretty different from California. It's very cobbly, bricked kind of thing. Very, very like beautiful place. I loved it there. But because of the sidewalk, I think it's like more friendly to horses or like a certain breed of horse. So there was a horse, and good lord, we are so scattered. I see. This is the kind of stuff that makes me like so positive that there's some sort of like ADHD malfunction going on in there, aside from the autism. But I remain undiagnosed, and I am in too deep, not knowing, to start knowing now. So the horse, he's there, and this man, he's got like a bright green phone case over his iPhone. And I think we were either like waiting at a crosswalk or something. I don't know. We were just standing there. And we were like, oh yeah, look at that. It's a horse, right? So the horse, I got a wonderful view of its teeth as it like reached over with its neck and ever so gingerly tried to eat the man's iPhone. I guess it thought it was like an apple or something, but man, those were some chompers! Like, man, that was like kind of disturbing. Because it's not necessarily that they're human-like, but they're just so like big and square. It's just like, man, dude, like keep that away from me. But yeah, I think that's probably the closest I've been to a horse. Last year when I went to Ren Fair, they had a small petting zoo of sorts. There was a very, very cute miniature horse. I sketched her. She was very cool. Yeah, we got a couple of horse skeletons here. Ooh. You could like, you could put like a human skeleton on that and be like real life Minecraft. I bet if you put like a human skeleton over a horse skeleton, there'd be like a bunch of like 6-year-old like, that's from Minecraft. That's from Minecraft. Look, mom. Look, it's from Minecraft. It's like when the it'll be just like that, and the mom will be like, I can't wait to go home so I can drown myself in the throes of alcohol. That's exactly how I feel sometimes. Did I already like tell you guys that I asked a 4-year-old for vodka on Monday, and the parents were okay with it? Apparently, before small animals, our professors had horses for study, and they decided to keep them after they're deceased. Would you like to be donated to science, James? Would you like the scientists to keep your body? I would. Personally, I would love to be buried under a tree. You what? you weren't there for that, were you? Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. Good answer. Yeah, I must have said that early into stream. So let's see. So my coworker on Monday, he's there with his kids, his son and his daughter. They're really young. And the daughter goes like, "You want a drink from my drink store?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, what do you have?" And she goes, "I have every kind of drink, right?" And my coworker is like standing next to me. I look at him. Hey, so like, would you be upset if I asked your daughter for alcohol? That being said, I do kind of want to be cremated, turned into porcelain skull, and placed inside a fish tank. Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah, here's the best part. My coworker was just like, I don't mind. She like won't. She does. She won't understand. Like, she's like at the age basically, where she's like too young to know what anything is, but also too young to remember. Yeah, I bet she thought I was just making up a funny word, right? So like I go to her and she's like, and I'm like, okay, I'd like to order a drink. Can I get a whole bottle of Smirnoff vodka? And she goes, yeah, I'll get that right for you. And she like turns around and she starts like doing her like little like magic because she can make any drink, and you know it's all imaginary. And she's like, here you go. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. My mom walks up. And I'm like, it's okay that I asked your daughter for alcohol, right? She's like, yeah, I don't care. And this is the same coworker where when he brought his son one time, he was running in the store, then he tripped, scraped his elbow, and we're like, oh man, you okay there, little guy, right? He goes up to his dad. It might be one of those core memories. I think this is definitely going to be like a core memory embedded in this kid's head. He goes up to his dad, like, it still stings. Like, okay, well, let's look at it. His dad looks at it, and he's like, you know, we might need to put, like, rubbing alcohol on it, you know, to clean it up. And he goes, is it gonna hurt? And he's like, yeah, it'll sting a little bit, you know, like, in the kid's head, that basically means yes. So it's like, yeah, it's gonna hurt, right? That's what he hears. So he immediately pulls his arm away, like, no, I don't want to put the rubbing alcohol on it. And I look at him, I go, 7 years later, you're the one who asked for vodka. You're gonna love the ending of this one. So the kid, like, he pulls his arm away, right? He doesn't wanna put the rubbing alcohol in it. So I just look at him like this, and I'm like, you know, if you don't clean it, your scrape might get infected, and we'll have to cut your arm off. I said it exactly like that. He's like, really? And his dad goes, oh yeah! So, anyways, I think I would be a great aunt. Because, you know, someone's gotta knock some sense into the kids. It's not gonna... Based, and right? He doesn't mind. Because, like, I think we both have the same mindset where it's like, you gotta be a little tough on them, you know? You gotta scare them a little. Otherwise, they're just gonna keep getting away with, like, doing stuff that they're not supposed to. Or doing stuff that... Or, like, avoiding doing things that are arguably healthy for them. Yeah, you could godmother my kids. I'm glad you entrust me in that. I'll let you know if I have any more, like, funny stories about me being with kids. I will say, though, the one thing about kids is that I don't exactly know how to say no to them. This one time, I was at my ex's house, when we were still together, and, he had a niece and nephew, and his nephew it was either, like, the floor's was wet, or the mom, or, like, my ex's mom was vacuuming, or they were doing something, like, cleaning. And he goes, you want to see me run really fast from, like, the end of this hallway to over here? And I'm like, yeah, sure, but there's, like, a bunch of stuff in the way, and I'm, like, looking around like, hey, is someone gonna stop this kid? So, I don't know how to say no to kids, because sometimes they'll just be doing it anyways. But I guess at that point, they should just, like... I guess at that point, you just let them get hurt and learn their lesson. Like my coworker's kid, like, you know, he shouldn't be running in the store. And he ran in the store and tripped and fell and scraped his elbow. You know, so I think it works out. This is exactly how you parent, right? Did it live. Yeah. Natural selection. Yeah, that's just how it goes. It's interesting. They actually do trace bullying back to, like, a sort of, like, survival of the fittest competition kind of thing. So it's like, I do try to be, like, careful with that. But at the same time, it's like, it's not my fault the kid is stupid, right? Like, it's not my fault. Did it live? Oh. I mean, did it live? Did it survive the run? I like how you call it an it, because honestly, me too. I think so. I don't think he got too hurt from it. I was just a little concerned, because, you know, the floor was wood. There was, like, a bunch of stuff, like, on the floor, because they were, like, cleaning. I'm just like, I hope this kid doesn't like trip and I somehow get blamed for it. Yeah, he was like fine. After that, I think this was years ago. It's so funny. My friend, the person who's dressing up as a vampire for Ren Fair on Saturday, she has no idea how to act around kids. And meanwhile, I'm like, it's so easy. You just say yes to everything they do, and then like you look around for their parents, just in case they're doing something they're actually not supposed to be doing. God forbid, I know. And then I was telling her this story, and she told me, like, oh yeah, next time, like, my niece and nephew, start, start, like, being annoying, I'm gonna tell them that if they misbehave, La Llorona is going to go get them. I'm like, well, that only works if they believe in ghosts, and, like, they do. And she's like, oh yeah, they do. And I'm like, okay, perfect. You tell them that scary ghost lady is gonna get them. Yeah, the scene would just be you and a kid bleeding out of its head. Can you imagine me like, oh, well, he said he knew what he was doing. The parent just goes, and you trusted him? Like, did some silly things as a kid. You know. I'd still be doing silly things as an adult. Take, for example, I think I forget what I was cutting. But I have the knife right here, actually. I collect knives, if you didn't know, but this is a big knife, right? And I'm, like, cutting something, right? And I'm, like, this isn't, like, super sharp anymore. I've been meaning to get, like, a proper grinding stone for it. And I'm, like, cutting this way. And I'm thinking about it, it's like, it was so perfectly angled. If the knife slipped, that was going right into my gut. And I'm like, I need to... I can't be left without, like, another adult in the room. Yeah, still not the worst knife injury, knife accident that could have been. There was one time where I think I had, like, my eye really close to the knife. That would have just gone straight into my eye. I'm not once again, I must emphasize, I don't claim to be smart. Yeah, so if I just cark it one day, you know why. Don't worry, I got a really sharp knife, and the first thing I tested it were the calluses on my hands. Oh my god, I've been there before. This isn't the knife that I used, but it was the first pocket knife that I had. I lost it, but I got it from Yosemite National Park. And, I was convinced that the knife wasn't, like, sharp at all. Like, this thing doesn't cut all that well. So I ended up trimming my calluses well. I mean, from what I remember, calluses are kind of like built-up skin. So it's not really like there was any nerves in there anyways. It's like if you cut past your calluses and into your nerves and tissue and everything, I think that's when you start having problems, but, not bad. But anyways, I had this knife, not this one exactly, but a similarly shaped multi-tool. This one actually says #1 grandma on it, so, I don't plan on having kids, but I do hope I have grandkids that I can torment. So I'm like, oh, this knife isn't sharp, right? Like, I'm just gonna press my fingertip against it. So I had it, like, pressed up, like, I'm not gonna, like, do it on... Hey, lolaka, exactly. But I had it like this, essentially, right? And I'm, like, pressing up against it. And I'm like, see, this isn't sharp at all. Like, ended up cutting myself. And I was just like, man, why did I do that? Why did I do that? I really don't know why I did that. But by far the worst knife injury I ever had was with this one, the one that I showed earlier. What was happening? I mean, it shouldn't cut unless you slit it. But it did. It did. So I guess it was pretty sharp. I had this one. I was trying to make a keyblade for a Kingdom Hearts thing. I just really wanted, like, a prop. I didn't have any X-Acto knives at the time, so I was using this to cut the insulation foam into the shape that I wanted. But the thing was that it made the edge, like, slanted. So I was like, oh, you know what? I don't have sandpaper either, but I got this. I got the really big knife, so I'm gonna like start cutting it like this towards myself so I can smooth out the edge. Well, the knife slipped, and you know, I'm like holding the thing. Please don't make another accident. Here, I'll do you one better. I'll do it so like the blade of the knife is pointing away from me. So I'm cutting like this, right? The knife slips, and here, I'll bring up my hand, and it lands like that onto the joint of my thumb. Oh my god, the cut was like so deep. I had initially thought that I had cut myself to the bone because I saw white, but upon talking to my coworker, they explained that it was probably fat because they had a similar, they had gotten a similar injury from a, what's it called, a can of SpaghettiOs. But the best part was me just like sitting there on the floor in my room, just like, oh no. Thankfully I do actually know what to do when I receive cuts like that. So I put pressure. That's why I always cut away from myself, and that's exactly why I always cut towards myself. I always forget. So I put pressure on the wound, right? Like squeezing it with my thumb. I'll walk over to the bathroom, running it under some cold water and everything, until it like mostly stops bleeding, right? Go downstairs holding my hand, like, Mom, can I have a band-aid? And she's like, what did you do? She was so mad. Like, she was not happy at all. Shut up, Windows Update. I know. I'm not gonna restart now. Do you understand that I'm live right now? I'm talking to machines again. I need help. One of these days, I am actually just genuinely gonna have some sort of, like, thing happen on stream. Like, it's gonna be like, what is this person talking about? But yeah, that was by far, I think, one of the worst injuries I have ever received. Ever. This is only, like, second to the time I accidentally pulled off part of my toenail with the front door. Man. I still think that one was, like, really funny, because I texted a picture to, like, the manager or the person in charge of the store at the time, and I was like, can I please have the day off? I pulled off my toenail with the front door, and I sent a picture of it, because I was worried that he wasn't going to believe me, and he's like, what? And then he looked at the picture, and he's like, oh, yeah, please take the day off. There was so much blood, and I was just, like, hobbling around, just upstairs and everything. I was, like, it was, like, dripping all over the tile. And I'm, like, trying to find a way to stop the bleeding, because, like, no matter what I was doing, it just kept bleeding. And, yeah, and eventually it ends up with me, like, hopping around upstairs trying to look for, like, cotton balls and, like, some sort of gauze and everything. It did not work. Those cotton balls were so bloody. You know, that totally reminds me, I was at this park at the condo I stay at, because it's close to my college. A kid approaches me while I'm doing my thing and starts a convo. The kid asks me where my dad is, so I said, oh, he's dead. And he's like, my dad left me when I was 4, so I said, based? Yeah. Facts, though. Man, yeah. No, my dad is still alive and well. Has he mentally scarred me for the rest of my life? Yes. Well, did I get a day off? Yeah, I got the day off. I do think this was the same day, though. Like, it was, like, peak heat wave in the summer. And, me and Johnny had gone to the thrift store. Because, you know, we like to check out the thrift store. There's, like, tons of stuff there. Tons of junk that can theoretically get repurposed in our house. Maybe. So we went there. Bought some, I think, old clothes and stuff, you know. And we get back. The power is out. And it is so warm. And I'm just like, I am having one of the worst days ever, I think. The power came back eventually, but we were convinced. Oh, I'm getting messages again. I completely forgot to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb. And I will be doing that right now. But man, that was a bad summer day. probably like my worst injuries so far. I'm sure I will receive worse at some point. You know, that's how it goes. Speaking of injuries, actually, you just air conditioning on at all times? No, because that's expensive. So the upstairs AC does not work, which is why I have to have the individual huge AC unit in my room. I don't know if you guys can hear it all, but it is there. It is on right now. I do plan on turning it off, like maybe when it hits 12 or so. It'll stay like cold enough in my room. Like it's generally cooler at night. The downstairs one works though. But my dad is like, he's doing the Filipino thing where he goes, you know, the heat's tolerable. We don't need to turn on the AC. And we'll be like, okay, Dad, I'm just going to lie down on the tile then where it's cold. And that's what I do during summer. We haven't had working AC, like, upstairs in, like, years since, like, 2019, and I hate it so much. Because I don't like this unit. It's loud. I have to leave it running for, like, so long. My room gets so hot. I'm like... Also, you've never broken a bone? Find that hard to believe. Does me carpal tunneling my wrist count? No, I've never broken a bone. I haven't broken one yet, but knock on wood, pray that doesn't happen. If I had to break a bone, actually, what bone would I rather have break? I think I would want it to be like my... like one of my left fingers, you know? Because I don't do too much with my left hand. So I can stand to lose that for like a few months, you know? But never broken a bone. I hope I never have to experience that because it sounds painful. That being said, there was one shift leader at the store. Or there is one shift, he's still there. Me, him, and our general manager were talking about it on yesterday, actually. I was like, you never told her about that time you grabbed that kid's bike and cut your finger open? So what happened, like, a few years ago, like, back around the time when I started working there, there used to be these middle schoolers who would just come in and ride their bikes, and they would never listen to us. So eventually, he gets so fed up that he grabs the kid's bike, like the wheel of the bike, like with his hand, and he like smashes it on the ground, right? And that like tore open one of his fingers. I think it was the middle one, and I think he cut a tendon or something. I think that's what the specific injury was. And I just remember I drove into the parking lot and there was an ambulance at the front of the store, and I'm just like, why? And so the store didn't have like a manager for like a few minutes, and I was just like, I don't know what to do, but there's blood on the floor that I think I should clean up. So that was that day, which is kind of funny. I think that's not actually like super straight. We'll go fix that real quick. So how we liking the work here? I think this is looking pretty good so far. I'm excited to see this one finished. I think it's gonna be very pretty. I'm gonna have to look at some actual like cherry blossom like forests and environments, because I don't know what I'm doing. Which to be fair is very commonplace here on the channel. And it is 10:49. So let's say we're doing pretty good. I don't know when I'm gonna get this up. My internet shat itself. Ouch. I hate when my internet does that. Lately, it seems YouTube does not want to play at 480p at all. I don't know if YouTube is just upset that I haven't cleared my view history in a while. But point being, I'm like very irritated. And the reason why I don't like turn it off is because I do like having the ability to rediscover videos that I had previously watched. And I feel like I've gone longer without clearing it, so I don't think it's that. But yeah, it's very frustrating when I can't watch my videos in the standard 1080p, because it can't be that hard to run a video at 1080p, but oh well, maybe it is our internet. But then like the other web pages like load just fine, so it's like, what the fuck? Alright. Anyways, I gotta go in a bit, plan to visit this coffee shop for study because I cannot focus when I'm in my room. Completely valid. I haven't been a student in ages, so, but I do vaguely remember getting, like, very distracted when I'm at my computer like this. So, good luck to you on whatever exam this is. I hope you have some good coffee, and I hope the studying goes well. And, alright. I will see you Tuesday, probably. I will keep doing whatever it is that I'm doing here. She's got like scars on her body. I drew them in. It'll be fine, but yeah, thanks. Real. Alright, let's keep going at this. Then, bring this down. I'm really loving, like, the cherry blossom, like, I'm really loving the dryad, projects lately. I think they're very fun. Actually, you've been great company, by the way, so thanks. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I can provide that. I feel like that's the perfect thing that my streams are. Yappin' and company. And maybe talking about, like, some things that will incriminate me in court, but, we don't think about that for now. Here we go. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the, drawing all the dryads, for all of this lately. Like, there was the Jacaranda, the, Southern Magnolia. Southern Magnolia, I think, is my favorite so far. But we'll see if Cherry Blossom is going to be this one out. I know somebody said on Blue Sky that they want me to do redwood trees, which I am absolutely going to do because that sounds fun. And Johnny suggested that I make it like a duo thing with sequoia trees. We'll get like a huge, like big California vibes from that, I think. I think I also want to do a palm tree. I'm not entirely sure how I want to do it yet. Maybe it'll be a desert palm, maybe it'll be a beach palm, I don't know, but we'll definitely see at some point. Yeah. And then I also want to make little flower fairies, which I think will be really cute. Those are going to be stickers, though. They will not be getting the full background illustration stuff going on. Pre-roll ads are on. I thought this was supposed to tell me what the ads are going so I can snooze them. I don't know. Anyways, I am enjoying the art. I'm always so happy whenever I get to like ink my work, because it's like, oh boy, I get to do like the actual fun part. For me, sketching is just awful stuff. Like, I like this part. The painting part is fine too. This, like, the outlines, this is what really tickles my brain, getting those nice, dynamic line depth curves. Oh, hello, welcome. Nope, you're back to one viewer, and I think it is just me. There was 4 for a moment. I don't know where those people came from. Anyways, looks nice and shaped out. I would love, like, more tree recommendations, because I feel like there's a lot of nice trees out there, but, that's, you know. I've been choosing, like, the flowering ones, because, I do kind of want to practice flowers, but I am open to drawing, like, any kind of tree, just because it's cool. excited for this, and this is like all for like future stuff that I'm not even gonna like be able to work with yet. On a side note, so what else is there to talk about? We have one more dice sticker to do. Yesterday when I got home from work, I sort of immediately got to working on the Ranger hit die, which I'm very proud of. I'll give a little preview to it here in a moment. I'm just gonna finish out this arm. So, I think that is finished out for the time being. I'm gonna extend it a little bit. Go look. And then I'm gonna turn the outlines on and off just to check and make sure. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think. I don't know, but I think. Anyways, just as like a little preview for what's going live tomorrow. I know the dice stickers aren't really like as popular as my usual art, but this is the finished Ranger hit die sticker. I'm personally pretty proud of it. I will say I did try to look for a reference on the Fiddlehead Ferns, and I was losing my mind trying to figure out what they looked like exactly. So I finally settled on this because I was getting too frustrated. And I finally found a nice way to get like the white, a nice even white border, so I'm very happy about that. Yellow ochre was absolutely the way to go. I do think it looks a little similar to the Paladin sticker, but it's not too bad, honestly. I like how this looks. I think the bow looks great. I like the obsidian arrowhead tips here. I think they look pretty good. Yeah, overall, I think this is a good sticker. So I just have one more to do, and then I'm gonna send them off to... I like the bow, yes, I really like the bow too. Hello, Kira, welcome. Lovely to have you as always. I see you there. But yeah, I'm excited to do, I'm excited to finish that up, but I think I'm struggling a bit with how I'm going to do fighter, right? Because on one hand, yes, hello. On one hand, fighter is just like the whole point of fighter is that you're supposed to have like a lot of like weapons. You're supposed to be really good at fighting, right? That's the whole thing. But what's it called? I don't really want to draw a lot of weapons. Like, I feel like it's just gonna look too similar to the Paladin sticker. So I tried to do a little bit of research on the subclasses and everything. So far, I really like Rune Knight, because that one is like you carve the rune into the weapon, and it enchants the weapon with like magic. So like there's a fire rune, there's a cloud rune. I think that's really cool. I have no idea how good it actually is in game, but you know, I'll take it. That's definitely more visually interesting than me drawing the same great sword over and over and over again. So yeah, I'm definitely like trying to figure out how that's gonna, how that sticker is gonna look in my head. I also reformatted the sticker sheet. I should open that up for you guys. I'm so excited. Look how good these look. I actually got them all CMYK'd too, so they should look even like better for printing. So here's page 1. Look at them all. Oh my god, they look great, I think. And it's exciting to think about, like, oh, I'm gonna get these, I'm gonna peel them off, and I'm gonna stick them wherever I want. Like, here's page 1. Here's page 2. Again, they're in CMYK, so if the color values like look off or anything, that's the only reason why. But I'm so excited. Like, the fighter is hopefully gonna go there, and hopefully I can get them all to fit. If not, it looks like I can move the sorcerer sticker up a little bit more. Cleric can probably also move up, but yeah. I like having the druid and ranger next to each other. I love having the paladin and cleric next to each other. There were some other fun ones. Just, I'm so excited. And I think I got it so like all the d8s are a little bit more evenly spaced amongst each other. Because so many of the D&D classes have a d8 hit die. Which is fine, right? You know, like, it's not, like, super squishy, or it's not super tanky, but it's not, like, super squishy either, right? Like, D8 is pretty, like, well-rounded and balanced and reasonable for, like, a lot of the classes, right? But man, is there a lot of them. It's, like, it's Druid, it's Monk, it's Warlock, apparently. I thought for the longest time Warlock was a D6. No, they're apparently a D8, so it's Cleric, and I thought Cleric was a D10. It just goes on, and I was like, there are so many of these. Just like, man. I'm happy. Part of me wants to add Artificer, but I like the 6 and 6 on each page, so I probably won't be adding Artificer. Maybe down the line I would. Or probably, I bet Artificer is another D8 hit die too. I swear it's like a dime a dozen with like D8 hit die, which is crazy, but you know what, I'll take it. D8's a pretty shape anyways. Yeah, and I'm also very excited for Ren Fair. I'm particularly excited to finish my tail too, because I have a really fun idea of how I want it to attach to my pants. I could just put like a hook or like a safety pin, but because I really love the detail of like species or races with tails having a sort of like tail latch on their pants, so what I did, I bought some denim, I bought a denim patch, and I'm planning on mixing some fabric paint and some acrylic paint to get a gray look. I gotta find the pair of jeans I'm gonna wear on Saturday for that. Color match it to that, and then I'm gonna take the thing, I'm gonna secure the tail to the little latch I'm gonna make. I'm gonna put a button, and then over the whole button I'm gonna put like an entire safety pin, so it can just pin there, but I'm gonna try and make it look like, oh, like the tail is coming out of like a little latch in the pants. Like it's gonna look, hopefully in my head it looks good, because I like it better than just having like a little hook that it goes onto, you know? And that's kind of all it is. And there's nothing wrong with the hook, which is nice. So I'm very excited about that. I'll do a little cosplay reveal on Saturday, because I'll probably need time to get ready. I'm also a little nervous about, what's it called? Or not nervous. I'm also trying to figure out how I want Saturday to go when I do meet up with my friends, because on one hand the food at the Ren Fair is gonna be really expensive, so I'm thinking like maybe we should all just like eat beforehand, right? Like I'm probably gonna eat before I leave my house if that's the case. On the other hand, it's like, well, the food there is like expensive, yeah, but it's also pretty good, and like it doesn't feel right to go to like a Ren Fair and not eat the food, right? I'm probably gonna eat beforehand. I'll probably like let them know like, hey, I'm planning on eating beforehand, so we hopefully only need to like buy lunch there if we get hungry. Even then, I'm not even sure what I'm gonna eat. Maybe I'll get like a McDonald's breakfast or something. I say it's I want to save money. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll like get breakfast tomorrow after my shift. I'll go to the 85C bakery here and grab stuff. Yeah. Also, I had that little thing on Twitter and Blue Sky earlier today about the whole business media thing. I still think it's very true. I kind of want to like make a just like short video just breaking down my thoughts. It feels like too much to put in, like into a text post or something. Because it's like I'm trying to figure out like how I want to take my art account, right? And I think I want it to be like way less like a I want it to be way less focused on getting like art out, more focused on like the kind of like shenanigans that I'm doing. Whenever, you know, like I would love to do more bass playing on camera. I think it'd be really fun too if I got like good enough to where I can like learn songs on stream. Cause you know, like at the end of the day, like the only reason why the Twitch is monetized is because I want emotes. I never encourage subs or anything. Like I honestly just like the follows. I think that's like really cool. So like that's the only reason why the Twitch is monetized. I haven't had commissions open in a while, and I'm at the point where I'm like, do I want to open comms again? I I kind of like not having to like advertise that, honestly. I mean, I think I still will have like commissions open, but it's gonna be very, it's gonna be very like background, like yeah, if you want. Like, I'm not really like gonna like look for stuff like that. I think I'm finding out really the only thing I really want out of my online art career is that I just want people to see my art. So, you know, it makes me happy when people actually like repost whatever it is that I'm doing. Hello, Buck Addict. I like how those emotes really match. I guess it's like a art base that a lot of people use. Should I have made an emote like that? I kind of like the ones that we have. We got the stabbing one. We got the thumbs up one. We got the obligatory poggers, and we got the oh, why am I forgetting? We got the sad one. I think that's a pretty well-rounded thing of emotes. I would love more emote slots, but that requires people to like pay me, and I'm like, no. Yeah, I'm not. Just not like too concerned about like making money out of art in a sense. Like, yeah, I still wouldn't do like vending and stuff like that, but it's way more of like I want the vending experience. Like, I'm just like so excited to like show people my art. I guess that's where I've been at. I will say though, I should probably do like an interest check with the stickers. Because Biba said that he wanted some stickers, and I'm like, oh, you know, maybe people do want some stickers. I should probably like make sure I have enough stickers to give out. And then there's also like the whole thing of shipping, and I'm just like, I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared to like try that out. I'll probably do like really cheap packages. Like you can get a print, you can get a keychain, and you can get a sticker, and it'll all be like, you can get all of that for like $10. I'm also a little worried about having to put on my taxes too. Like, what do I, what do you tell the IRS? Like, oh yeah, this income came from me drawing people's Dungeons and Dragons characters kissing each other. Like, I don't know like how I'm supposed to like do that. So on one hand, I'm just like, maybe I shouldn't make too much money out of this. But yeah, no, I just want like the space that I've created, the community. I just want it to feel more like personalized, and I guess in a way personal too. Because it just, once again, it just kind of like sucks. Like every time like we're online, because it is public space, everything's got to be like so sanitized. So we don't. It's like, or I should say, like everyone's trying to like everyone has like something to sell, these days online. Which is cool. I really love that people are able to turn their hobby into a source of income, but it's just like, man, like the whole it's cool when you're like on the outside looking in, because it's like, wow, that's so cool that somebody was able to do that. But when you're like the person like running it, it's just like, oh my god, this is like draining in a sense. I just want my space to be like more like personable. I want it to sound very like human, and that I'm just like I'm there talking to you guys essentially. Because that's what I like. I always try to make things so that it's like it's my voice that rings out. This air conditioning is like drying out my contacts. I'm gonna turn it off. Um, I like when my voice, like when you can hear my voice, my cadence, my personality, uh, through text that I write down. Um, like even if it's just like a small thing. Um, I can't really like guarantee that because you know like everyone's gonna like read things differently, but it's just like I guess I just want like my art posted to feel like more like personalized, which is why I liked I've been liking the dryad ones too because I get to talk about like the trees that I like. We have a really pretty like jacaranda tree growing outside in our front yard. It's been there forever, and even though my dad, uh, he doesn't like the flowers too much. He doesn't like that they get all over the driveway, and then like if you step on them and crush them, the flowers get all smushed and everything. But he won't cut it down because he thinks to an extent the tree is protecting us somehow. Like the tree's grown weird, right? It's like it doesn't have like one trunk. It has multiple, and they all branch off in different directions. And sometimes the flowers don't bloom like the way other jacaranda trees do. But he won't cut it down because he's very spiritual about it. He really thinks that perhaps the tree is protecting him. In some way, shape, or form, or it protects the house and the family and everything, which I think it's a really cool way for my dad to just kind of like view the tree. I don't know if he holds that view now, but that's what he said one time. We also have like a bunch, like 2 money trees in the house. We've had one money tree, this one that grows in the I think it's called the family room. A huge tree, and we have had it since no, it's like in the kitchen. Barely fits in the kitchen, but we've had it since like for as long as I can remember, like before we moved to this house, when we same city, different neighborhood. And man, it has been there for so long. And my mom has her own money tree as well, so we have like 2 of them. My mom's money tree, I don't think is ever gonna get as big as my dad's. I think my dad just does a better job at taking care of plants than her. But she tries. You know, she still has her own plants. She has like a bunch of them in her room. I want to take care of my own plants here in my room, but there's not really any space for it. We also have a plumeria. I think I would like to make a tree a dryad based off plumeria, but I don't really know what that would look like in my head. It's kind of easy to do some of these because like the leaves very easily or the leaves or the flowers just can very easily act for the hair. But with plumeria, the flowers can't really do that, and the leaves would have to be like a very specific style. I'm not sure how I want to accomplish that just yet. Alright. I think most of us are in agreement here that the trees and the bushes are going to be painted. We're in for another long painting session, aren't we? Oh boy. I guess at this point then it's time to figure out, like, how do I want this to look? How much harsh environmental lighting do I want to have? Where do cherry blossom trees even grow? The general answer in my head is Japan, but I want to see the biome. I want to see the ecosystem. I want to know what kind of plants I'm actually growing here. And no, I'm not going to use Minecraft as a reference as much as I would like to, because I think that would be really funny. Speaking of Minecraft, I would love to play Minecraft on stream one day. I think I would play with Clive and Johnny, but none of us have hit like the real Minecraft itch yet. So still waiting on that. Wait, let's group all of these together. So get our foreground folder ready. Get our background folder. It's gonna be kind of nice actually. Okay, actually, gotta break this up a little bit. So these two shrubs right here, they have to go in a different group up top, so I'll paint those in later. All of this, though, can go into the background, no problem, right? Okay, let's do some research. Let's see, where do cherry blossom trees grow? And do not say Japan, Google. Grow naturally. There we go. East Asia, yes. Oh wait, no, that's the What ecosystem do cherry blossom trees grow? Let's put that. Grow naturally. Get out of here. Get out of here, AI answer. Let's see. Nope, that's Washington, D.C. What? Biome. Mountainous regions. Let's look at images now. Oh, we have these in the States? No, there's no way it's the same kind of tree. It's probably just a smidge different. Wild cherry blossoms could save forest landscapes. Perhaps. All of these, it's like they're all like growing within like a city. I'm like, no, I need them in like their natural habitat. Cause I need an idea for the color palette essentially, right? Let's see. If I click this one, and they just seem to thrive like in a. It's very green, it's very grassy. Alright, we'll do like a... I think they also kind of grow in forests, so... Oh, I like this picture right here. This is ideal. Yeah, so this works. Okay. Alright. So let's get this squared away. What time of day do I want this to be? I need to be able to see, like, everything. So I guess standard, just, like, daytime palette, right? Oh, I forgot to color her. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, I'm so unbelievably pea-brained. Sorry. I completely forgot. I defaulted so quickly to like, oh, it's time to paint. No, it's time to color. Okay, so cherry blossom bark is actually pretty dark. It's not super red. It's kind of like this, I think. Oops. I forgot I had that setting on. Okay. I don't need to do that, actually. Go like this. It's nice, because I don't actually have to draw her hand. I just have to draw this one, which I will take. Then her foot. And then I'm going to go back up here, fix that outline. So, Carl's Jr., we're supposed to have, like, this, iced coffee product, right? And we're kind of testing it right now. So we've rolled it out in a few locations, our location being one of them. And we have been out of said iced coffee for, I think, about a week now. And I don't know what to make of that. And the thing is that the iced coffee is, like, super popular with the customers. So what's happened right now, the reason why it's out of stock is because we're missing the sweetener. Because the recipe calls for a sweet cream to be put into the iced coffee, right? Just to help with it, because we only have half and half, right? Just to help sweeten it up. But once again, we don't have any. So we've just been missing this, and I don't understand why none of the restock orders have it. Like, we'll get literally everything else, accept that. And it's just like, are we just looking for like a different provider or something? I don't know. I don't know. It, like, what my coworker, they pointed it out, and they were like they should just have me do the order, because I'm always there, like, putting it away and stocking everything. Like, I know, like, what we need. Like, yeah, sure, if you wanted to be a shift leader, you could. But the point being, though, it is weird that we haven't, like, gotten any more of it, too. It's just, it's literally, like, I'm pretty sure we can just find it at the Albertsons across the street. Like, I'm pretty sure we can just find the sweetener there, and we're still not doing it, so I can only assume that we're just waiting on corporate to tell us like what we're trying to get. So I don't know. But the customers have been very distraught over the loss of their iced coffee. It was very short-lived. But oh well. They had like a meeting today. Usually my shift is 10 in the morning to like 5 or 5:30. But today, because of that meeting, I had to be there until 8 o'clock. So I worked 11:30 to 8 today. I was losing my mind. By the end of the shift, I was like, let me go home, please. And they actually let me go like 10 minutes early, something like that. I was so happy to be out of there. The corporate meeting was just like, okay, we're gonna teach you guys about superstar service. And I'm like, they were talking for like 2 hours about how to do good customer service. I don't think customer service is that hard, actually. To provide good customer service, listen to the customer. Like, you know, like if you're out of something, obviously you should give them like options, or like, for example, if I don't know, it's just like a whole thing, and they're like sitting there in the dime for like ages, and I'm like, can you guys be done with all of this already? Like, how long, like, how complicated could this whole superstar service thing be? It really isn't. It's just like, man, you guys really have to like yap for so long. Like, they had to debrief all the shift leaders, even just like, it's like a whole thing where it's like, this is mandatory for every single shift leader, and it's just like, I can think of 2 shift leaders right now who literally are not here, but oh well. Oh man. I tried to listen to like some of the meeting. Did not glean a whole lot of information because I still had orders that I was doing. Like, it was slow. It was slow. I did tell my manager it might get busier at nights, and she could probably put me on nighttime shift, then like move me from days to nights. But no, it was like slow today. So I'm like, maybe summer is just a slow period. Maybe that's all it is. Oh my god, I will say though, I forgot how much mid shift sucks. Mid shift is gonna be like your 11 to 7s, 12 to 8s. 1 to 9, 2 to 10, 3 to 11. Those are your mid shifts. Mid shift sucks. I forgot how bad they were. Cause it's like you'll start off with like a lunch rush, but then like after the lunch rush, it's just like painfully slow. Just like, I should not have volunteered to go to nights. I'm like texting my boss like, do not put me 1 to 9, please. I forgot how bad these suck. I love this soundtrack. Gen 5 has some absolute bangers on their thing. I love it so much. Let's skew this more to like red sort of pink, just so we get like some really nice vibrancy out of it. I think that'll look good. And then let me look at the cherry blossoms again. They're very vibrant. We have cherry plum trees here. I think I want to do a dryad out of that one too, because I like that the leaves are purple, and I do like that they bear fruit too. I remember when we were in middle We tried eating the fruit off of one of the cherry plum trees. It certainly had an interesting taste, I'll tell you that much. It was very... well, it wasn't interesting, but it was very, like, tart, very sour. I have no idea if that's what they're supposed to taste like or if that one was just underripe, but yeah, that was fun. We don't have a cherry plum tree here at home, but I feel like if I got the chance, I probably would like try and like see like, oh, are there any fruits here that I can eat? Okay. I feel like this arm should have extended over here. Let me see if I can fix that. I'm stupid. Because I can see like it's supposed to be going over there, but then it's like, let me see. Let me turn the sketch back on just in case. See, if this was to continue, it'd be something like that. It'd be going over there, right? And then we could get rid of this line right here. And get rid of this. That's going back there now. And then we bring this over a little bit like that, and then look at me working it through. She's kind of like reaching through her hair, and I think that's fine. If I was ever gonna get accused out of AI art, this would be it. But no, you can see me like doing the whole thing here. Well, not the whole thing. I didn't do the sketch, but I'm doing a decent portion of it live. Sometimes I wonder if that's ever gonna happen. Like, if I'm ever gonna get like accused of being an AI artist or AI user. I'm not. I never will. Probably. Yeah. Because I enjoy the process is the thing. And AI just removes, like, literally all of it. So, to me, it's like, I don't see a point in it. I will say, though, I think the bigger issue that I take with AI is just, like, the ability to just create brain rot at an incredibly fast pace and just mass market it. For me, it's especially like prominent on like YouTube, like kids channels, just because YouTube's algorithm really favors like daily uploads and everything, and that's not really an easy thing to do. But the AI generated videos obviously makes it a lot easier. But the thing with that now is you have like it's just a bunch of slop and it's getting pushed into the algorithm. It's just, man, I think that is my biggest gripe with AI so far. Like, AI art, yeah, I know it's bad, and I obviously know it's bad, and I'm always gonna see it as bad, but like, I think there are arguably like more evil and sinister things being done with AI right now than just like generative art. Let's see. It's 11:28 already. Not bad. I'm trying to figure out this arm. I don't think that was the move, shortening the hair like that. That back. Because it's fine if the arm goes back there, right? It's just that it's going through her hair. Which technically, the hair is not like super solid. It's probably like theoretically fine, you know? I'm trying to think. Well, what if let me just get rid of that, and then, what if I instead... What if instead it was more something like that, right? But still kind of obviously going inwards like that. And then at that point, like, this stuff doesn't matter because it's behind. Man, why is art so hard? Ah! It's okay. I think we got it. So, like, something like this. And then, of course, rather than have this part so far out, we'll have it more in line with the new line that we just drew. So like there's where it was before, and we're going more for like a something closer like that, I think. But this I think has to go more like that. So bring that down, erase this part for now. My contacts are drying out. I can feel them like not wanting to grab onto my eyes anymore. If you see me touching my eyeball, that's probably what I'm fidgeting with. One time I had my contacts fall out on me on the way to college. My dad was driving, I was sitting in the car. I think my eye was itchy, so I'd rubbed my eye, but the contact came out. And I don't bring my solution or my case with me, so I was just like, oh shit. I had no way of rehydrating it. But see, it would have been fine if it was like the left eye. I think I misspoke just now. It was the right eye that came out, and it would have been fine if it was the left eye, because I can keep my left eye closed, like, no problem. It's my right eye that I can't, like, close all too well, because it wants to open. I'm dominant in my right eye. So I was, like, losing my mind, and I ended up going to, like, the student, like, whatever it's called, like, the nurse's office. I was like, can I just get an eye patch so I can keep this thing closed? And they were like, yeah. So I went to school with, like, an eye patch, and everyone was just like, oh my god, what happened? I'm like, it's nothing really. Like, I just can't keep my right eye closed. And the contact fell out. I was so sad. I do my best to try and keep my contacts, like, as even as possible. Because, like, you don't really want to be left with just one contact, you know? So that was, like, really disheartened when, my contact fell out. I think I might have changed, like, both, though, so it worked out in a sense. But, just, man. I think I do remember, though, that was, like, the day I caught my first shiny Eevee on Pokemon Go. I was, like, really excited for that one. I'm gonna bring out these outlines just a little bit, because I think it kind of looks like the arm is supposed to be poking out there. And then a little bit of the sword, actually, so let me go up here. Oh yeah, it's still okay. I wonder what soundtrack this is, because I kind of don't remember it, and my thing is still like out. Maybe I should just take them off now. Yeah, I'll be right back. I am going to take them out and just put my glasses back on. I'll be right back. Alright, I no longer feel like part of my eye is going to fall out at any given point in time. We are back. didn't take too long. Anyways. Let's see. That looked real nice. I think this part of the sword is a bit crooked. So oops. I'm gonna erase a little bit of this real quick. Whole look, right? You'd have thought I'd use like some sort of like straight line tool or something, but you'd be wrong. I'm not huge on using like straight line tools unless I really need it to be precise. I don't know, I'm just weird. I like to do things like, again, by hand most of the time. I don't mind if I gotta make like brushes for something because I don't want to like do it over and over and over again, but I'm not huge on using straight line tools all that often. Like for comic panels, yeah, I will, because, you know, those should probably be like rather straight at the end of the day. Oh, my glasses are dirty actually, I'm gonna wipe them off real quick. But you know, I still like to do like straight edges by hand to the best of my ability. I think for the sword stone and the dice stickers, I was using like tools for that, just because like that was a lot to paint, and that was over like huge areas. Like that's the time when I'll do a straight line tool, and it's not really feasible for me to do it like zoomed up like this. Yeah, I was telling Clive too. Clive's really good at backgrounds, like he's really good at perspective, but not that this is a bad thing, right? Just to preface that real quick. I don't want this to be like misconstrued. But he does use the perspective tools that Procreate gives, which is fine, right? Once again, like it's fine. But recently he had asked for help on a thing that he was working on, and me and Johnny said like, oh yeah, you're like, you kind of drew your grid wrong, so it ended up being like wrong in a bunch of spots. And he got really upset at that, because he had worked so long on it, and now it was just like, well, you should have just like come to us for feedback first, so that way you didn't have to do all this work to like recorrect it. And we're not saying you had to correct it too, we're just saying that it was wrong, right? So my personal bit of advice to him was, you should learn to do this by hand first. Like, draw in your perspective grids, because like, yeah, you already understand it a lot, but I think it's better, like, before you start using the tools, to do it like by hand first, just to just to really make sure you got like a grasp on like what you're doing. So I think he took that to heart, at least. It still looks a little off. I don't know how to fix it. It's definitely better than before, because now it's like believable that the arm is going behind you. You know, actually, I know what it is now. There needs to be like some of that going on, and then this needs to go. It's not a bicep, but whatever it's called, that needs to go. There we go. I was losing my mind over that. So it just doesn't look right, but I can't put my finger on it. It's kind of nice that I can just like talk to chat, or even just the void, and like it helps me figure things out. I think I like that a lot. Oops. Lines look more like that, and then just That's like way more believable. Oh, but it doesn't match the other side. So much fixing. It's okay, we'll get to background work pretty soon. She's got a very simple palette, at the end of the day anyways. She has like these really nice warm tones, which I haven't done yet for the dryad, so I'm very excited. She has like a red, sort of vest. She has like these purple pants, which are gonna look really nice, I think. It's just that I have to do, and it's believable, yeah. Something like that. Just get rid of a little bit of ink in there, just to give it a proper sense of depth. There's, on my Instagram, there's so many posts of just N from Black and White, and I'm not complaining. That was probably one of the first like childhood video game crushes I had, so you know, nice to see him again. And like the artists who draw him too are like so good, and I'm just like, yes, the boy. There we go. That's what I wanted. Yeah, that's looking good. Alright. So if you guys have any trees that you'd like to see me turn into dryads, I would absolutely love that. I don't remember the palette exactly. I don't think her pants were purple actually. They might have been black. But regardless, she's got like these really nice warm tones going for her, and I love her design so much. I'm so happy that I'm redrawing her. Some of you might recognize her from the old art tier list. But yeah, I love her a lot. Let's see, let's get a good shade of purple there for her thing. I don't know what these are called. I just know that they look cool. Then I am tired though. There it is. I've been up for a while. I actually woke up at 8. Once again, I've been getting a lot of Subnautica content on my YouTube feed lately, and I really want to play. There's this one thing that I've been like keeping up with, sort of. I got reminded again when I started watching like more Subnautica content. The Call of the Void mod is so cool. Like I know the Dead Zone isn't really supposed to be like playable in a sense. Like I recognize that, right? But the idea is, it's still really cool regardless of like what like the original intentions for the Dead Zone being the world's border. I love that they turn it into like an entire like playable ecosystem with its with different biomes and new like creatures, the Leviathans especially. I've been loving it so much. I'm excited for the release because I really either want to play through it or want to watch someone play through it. It's probably gonna be the latter. I'm just very scared. But yeah, I'm just excited to see it like release. The one that the thing that I remember especially from it is the Silence Leviathan. That one's really cool. It's completely blind and lies entirely on like echolocation to hunt its victims, which is really neat, I think. And I love the way that it plays too. So mods are always kind of like interesting in a sense because they can be very, how should I put this? sometimes you can just tell when like a mod is a mod, right? Because it doesn't really like fit it within the original like world of the game, like Subnautica for again to talk about that. Like, you can just tell when it's a mod because it's not like completely seamless. Like you could tell when content is added in, and it's not added in by like the original creators. Call of the Void feels very like seamless in the way it implements everything. Like the ecosystems they make look very believable. The leviathans that they have feel like very like grounded and like possible within the world. And to be fair, a lot of the designs do come from like fan art concepts from like a while ago. But it's, you know, it's still really cool to see like all of that happening, because it's like, wow, that is like insane that they are bringing these things to life. When these were like, again, silly little fan art things a long time ago. Which you know, I think is cool. So I really like want to see it. I think maybe we might hold off on Mystery Dungeon again. I'm still like debating on that. I'll do my best to ask socials what game I should play next on stream. Anyways, let me go back to my reference images to see what exactly the setting of a cherry blossom tree looks like. It's gonna be kind of samey to the Hakaranda one, but I really like this like foresty kind of look here with like a lot of the greens and the pinks like scattered throughout it. It's really nice. That's not I don't think that's a cherry tree. That kind of looks like a very skinny magnolia, but not in bloom. I like these. They're very like mountainous. Okay, let me click more of these. Like, these natural landscapes are absolutely beautiful. Like, look, if I visit Japan, I'm like going to these places. I'm not going to the cities. Yeah, so lots of green. It's very like, it's like there's so much green, and then there's just like a stream of pink, and those are the cherry blossom trees, and I think that's so cool. Let me see. Let me get a feel for the grass here. Okay, so it's gonna be kind of like this. I'm gonna skew it more yellow. We're gonna desaturate it a bit, but we're gonna keep it like sort of in that middle-ish dark kind of area, right? And rather than just make like a whole shape, or like use the shape tool, I'm just gonna do that. And we'll fill in the layer from here. I'm going to bring it down a little, actually. Take a peek. Need that switch like that, I think. Oops. There we go. Alright, and then, from there, I think we'll go ahead and paint in the trees now. So it just looks like there's like a decent handful of like stuff. So for one, I want to take one that definitely like looks like it could belong to the cherry tree itself, and we'll paint that in real quick. Root shapes and everything. I haven't done trees like this in a little while. Turn that off so I can see what I'm doing, actually. I think the intensity must be like similar to like what I used for the sketch, so it's like, man. I cannot see what I'm doing. Put that grass on, but if I do this. There we go. Maybe we'll have like a little offshoot root over there. Maybe? Yeah, and then we're gonna go for a different shade of brown. Something more like that, I think, and then I'll get those very like far off background ones at another point in time. Ooh, I always forget how good the Elite Four soundtrack is. I haven't heard this in a while. Though the one that I think that got memed on the most was the legendary one, or the legendary trio one. That one was big and just kept popping up everywhere. Like the Gen 5 music hits different jokes. So we have that. Do that. Yeah. Grass is gonna come up quite a bit, huh? And that's fine. That's fine. I'm just trying to like plan it out. Alright. I like this. I like this. Let's see. Just about 12. We might call it a little bit early because I am pretty tired. So, you know, I've been up for a while. I had a dumb shift. Once again, I forgot how stupid mid-shift is. Let's see. Let's add this. This is actually gonna go under the tree so they don't like, touch each other. Let me look at the reference again. It's a little hard to see what kind of bushes are there, but just take a similar-ish shade of green. Make it more green, actually. A little dark. I'm not gonna be too worried. Oh, I should go down here. Oh well. Wanted to get that bush shape back. It's okay. Go down there. Just fill that in. A different one over here. How am I liking this so far? Yeah, I think that's pretty good, right? And then we'll just have like some like distant-ish trees that I'll paint in later. So now I think we can get to go pretty dark. I'm gonna do our usual method of like getting the nice grass blades in and everything. Fluffy watercolor brush, my beloved. Do not do that directly over the thing, I forgot. Actually, before I do that, I swear sometimes these buttons don't work. It's just straight up, it doesn't want to switch colors. What? Need to restart Medibay? I mean, I'll save first, because, like, I think it's been a while since we last saved anyways. It just doesn't want to... Okay, let me restart Medibay real quick. Where's my pen holder? There it is. So it's weird. Yeah, there we go. Forgot there was a whole reason why I wanted to do that, but it's okay. Because on the Hakaranda one I messed up, and I actually think I need to do this first on the actual layer where everything is. So we're gonna paint in some nice little blades of grass real quick. Something like that. Of course, just have some big ones ready to go. Since that's behind her already, I'm not gonna bother painting over there. And they cooked so hard with this soundtrack. A lot of video game soundtracks feel like they don't really like hit as hard as they used to. Maybe it's just me. I think it's just nostalgia in a sense. That's fine, you know? Alright, then go here. Flipping layer. That nice shade of dark green again. Let's see, 11:57. We're making good progress, I think. Definitely get this up sometime next week, no problem, I think. Let me make that brush bigger so we can cover more area. So many of these tracks were used in the Pokemon stages for Smash, which is kind of crazy. Because, you know, for any of the Smash Bros. Games, right? Like, the idea is it's like, oh, these games were, like, super iconic, right? And Gen 5 is like, still a newer generation at the end of the day. And they still decided, like, yeah, this is going, like, in the soundtrack, for sure. No. To bring me back to this color, and then this isn't even like a boss scene. That's literally like you walk into his room. Let's see, make this smaller again. Like that. Like that. And I like how this looks. Honestly, this part might honestly just kind of take up the rest of stream, I won't lie, just because it kind of takes a while. Again, love the process, just takes a lot. Jesus, the soundtrack is so good. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose it. It's just about 12. I'm so excited for Ren Fair. I keep thinking about it, like I'm not gonna be able to sleep tomorrow night at all. This is gonna be great. I can't wait. We're all gonna be dressed up and everything. sometimes it's like kind of hard to get these blades of grass just right, because there's a very like the way that I do it is so like you gotta be like really like you gotta know where you're gonna put your colors. You gotta be like careful where you put them, otherwise it might just like look like the same color. Like right here, all it is like you just gotta keep like doing like go up, stroke up with the brush, right? But it's still like it's like a very specific way you gotta do it still, you know? How it looks. I really love this look for the grass. Some of these might be a little bit too dark, but it's fine. Alright. I forget whose battle theme this is exactly, but I'm assuming it's ends, right? Don't remember exactly, and it sounds really like vastly different from like a lot of like other ends like other battle tracks, so I'm not sure. I know gets this for sure because they say his name in this in the track. You can't forget Getsis's theme like ever. I love grass. But it looks so fluffy, right? Like, don't you just want to be there, like, on the floor with her, too? What I might do, actually, is, to really embody, like, the forest element of it a little bit more, I might actually put a lot of this in shadow, except for the sky, obviously. I might do that in shadow, and then I'll put, like, little, like, sun things on her to give her more of that, because I'm looking at this, it's very mountainous, but like it's also the canopy of it all is also incredibly thick. So there's no way you can't at least get a little bit of that sun dappled look, you know? Like it's kind of insane, but it's also really pretty at the same. It's so pretty because it's like there's the autumnal colors, there's pinks, and then there's the greens. It really looks like every single season in like one setting, which is absolutely beautiful. That's like the only way. You know, I should just show it off on the thing here. I think this is what I'm talking about. Like, that is gorgeous. That is a gorgeous landscape. I might have to like show this to Johnny. Just be like, Johnny, like, can I interest you in a new painting idea? Johnny actually said that my backgrounds remind him of impressionism. Now the thing is that I don't really like study a lot of like historical art trends. So I wasn't exactly too sure what he meant. But when he showed me, I was like, oh yeah, I can kind of see what you mean. Because for me, the way I described like what the impressionist art looked like to me. Was that it looked like the memory of a place. Like, yeah, this wasn't, it obviously doesn't look exactly like it, but it's like what it's like what it looks like if you're, like, thinking about it. Like, you kind of remember what it looks like. It's like there's all these, like, ideas and hints at, like, something that is there, and you can definitely make out what it is, which is really cool. I can agree with that to my backgrounds, mostly because, like, a lot of my background work is supposed to be very, like, you know, not in focus, so, you know, I like to blur things out, I like to, just kind of, like, yeah, I use a lot of shapes with it. I'm not a strong background artist, though, so, like, I can't say, like, the resemblance to impressionist artwork is intentional. It kind of just looks like that because I can't draw backgrounds. I can paint them, sort of well, but they again, the look that they have is not intentional, in a sense. Yeah, I'm gonna give this like a really nice, like, sun-dappled look. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna get things in shadow, because the tough part here is that I have the sky, right? You don't put shadows over the sky, which is the problem. So we'll have to figure that out, but you know what? We'll get there when we get there. I think if anything, I just won't blur things out right away. Just so if I have to blur things out, I can just do it after the shadow gets laid over it. There's talk at the store. We might just be taking some people off the schedule in the coming weeks, just because it's summer's looking to be like awfully slow. So I can already think of like one person that they were talking about today, and it's just like, man, that's unfortunate. Because I know that person has to pay rent, but he's just not like a very like good or reliable worker, so it's like, well, oh well. But yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. I know my hours won't get cut. Like, I'm never particularly worried about that because I understand that I'm like really good at the store. So, you know, like, if they cut my hours, they're just shooting themselves in the foot. That being said, though, I did tell my manager yesterday, like, you guys need to learn to rely on me less for, like, things like inspections and everything, because it's like, you know, you shouldn't have to rely on one person at a store. You should be able to rely on, you know, the whole team. And the shift leader I worked with today, she agreed, like, yeah, it shouldn't be like that at all. That's ridiculous. I'm glad she agreed, because it is ridiculous. Like, they just gotta work on getting people up to speed, but the thing is that the people that they are expecting to perform at maybe close to my level, they haven't been there for as long as I have. I've been there 3 years, so of course I can do the job, like, super well. Like, one of them, they've only been there for a few months, really, so it's just like, what can you expect? But at the same time, it's like, if you want, like, a strong team, you gotta train a strong team. Like, you gotta get them ready for that. Like, I'll help train them, but it's like, you cannot be relying on me so much, like, for inspections and stuff. We didn't have an inspection today, but again, big corpo bosses were there, and it's just like, man, I hate when they're there, and they're so annoying, and they're so like, we want to make sure you guys are, like, happy and you understand what you're doing. And it's like, I do understand what I'm doing, I just hate it here no matter what, because everything that you say that we need to do doesn't really work out all that well sometimes, and it's frustrating. For example, their whole thing, like, okay, no more parking cars. On one hand, it was kind of a relief. On the other hand, it's frustrating because we'll have the next car ready and we can't do anything about it. It's like, we've determined that parking does not help a car get their food faster. And it's like, it was never meant to get the food faster. It was always meant so we can just keep the line moving. Because, you know, we have a ridiculous drive-through goal of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. That's what it is. But I guess people treat it like, oh yeah, like, they're gonna get their food faster. It's like, we're not. It's not. Like, we have standards and procedures for parking cars, and people would break it all the time, but I, like, that's, like, one of the things that I think, or that was, like, one standard that I, like, really agreed with. Like, yeah, no, we cannot be parking every single car. But people would still park every single car, and now look, we can't park any cars, and now I'm, like, suffering because of it. We still do, like, sometimes, just, like, we'll be, like, very, like, hush-hush about it. Like, oh, yeah, can you, like, park? And, like, we won't say it out loud, but it's just like, yes, I will park this car, because $50 order in the drive-thru is ridiculous. Alright. Yeah, it's, like, kind of stupid at the store sometimes. Just sometimes, though. It's been pretty good lately. Not because school's out or anything, but just like, not too many customers have been upset. There was this one lady, though, took off before I could, like, confirm her order at the speaker, came to the window, demanded that she get, like, her soda water for free. We don't do free soda waters at the store. Especially because she ordered the large cup. And then, she just kept throwing, like, a lot of fits and just like, can I do half on this and half on the EBT? It's like, no, you can't do that because, we have to remove the tax from the EBT. And it was this whole thing. She, like, we just eventually just, like, relented just to get her out of the drive-thru, you know? Like, just to do that. Shape that a little bit better. Don't make that as bulky down there. I wonder if I should just try painting on like one layer one day. I feel like I'd lose my mind a little bit, but who knows? Might make certain things easier. Just kind of nice to think about. Alright. I think we'll go till about 12:30 and then I'll call it a night. Just because I am very sleepy. Do like a little even sleeping. My dog today, our Shih Tzu Jimmy, he's been on stream a few times. I'll have him like sit in my lap for a little bit. He is so lazy sometimes. Today I went to go get him so I could get him out, you know, before I go to work. Just make sure he does a little pee-pee and poo-poos or something. Something to that effect, basically. And it was really funny because, every time I like tried to pick him up, like I'm trying to like lift him out of his bed, he just like rolls over onto my hand, and I'm just like, no, get up, we need to go. Like I'm going to like miss out on like work and or like I didn't eat today because I was running a little late and I didn't have time to go get food. But it was really cute just watching him like roll over, and he was not getting out of that bed without me carrying him. It was really funny to watch. He's just a sleepy little guy like that. Just gonna draw in some trees back here. I like painting trees. I think they're like very simple shapes to do. I used to hate drawing trees when I was younger because I always found like the shape to be like very like complicated and I didn't really understand it all that well. But these days, now that I like paint them in, it's like, this isn't too bad at all. Like, add some more grayed out ones. Yeah, that's fine. Just to add some depth and everything, you know? Gen 5 is... I'm so happy Gen 5 is my favorite generation, genuinely. Like, actually one of the best ones out there. It's also the best Gen 1 remake, because high-key it kinda is, like, just a Gen 1 remake in a sense. It's more like Gen 1 reskinned, and then, like, with a really, really nice story. Okay. So... and this is the part where I'm like, okay, how are we gonna do, like, the shadows of everything, right? I think the solution here, right, is to just take the first of all, we've got to decide on like what color all of this is going to be. Each of these is going to have their own like shadow, right? Or I guess in this case, we'll double it and make it like a color filter in a sense. I want it to be very warm, so I'm automatically leaning towards the typical yellow. Ooh, I like this picture. This picture is very pretty. I don't know. Let me think. Let's see. What I'm thinking is we'll take a maybe what I'll do, get rid of all of this, right? I'll get rid of the sky for now. And then, just put like a massive thing over everything, right? I think some kind of orange I think will look nice. Or like a dark yellow. Darker gold color, right? And then, multiply, no. Overlay, no. Hard light. No. How do I darken this? I wish I knew color theory. It's gonna be something like this, right? And then all I gotta do now is canvas, get rid of all of that, so that way we can leave the sky untouched, because that's the goal, right? Like that's why we were originally planning on doing this all in individual layers. Expand thing isn't going to matter too much because we're going to blur, so all of that right there is going to be blurry at all. And then that back at 70, put this back in. Maybe this should be like a green color actually. Right? Let's try something more like this. Something more yellow. Less saturated. No, it makes it look too swampy. Just want like a nice... I think these trees are getting like hit by it too hard. That's the problem. Victory. This is tough. I like it more yellow though, I think. Keeps it like very like daytime looking. Expanding a little bit too much. Let's clear that. Normal. Layer. Do not expand actually, and then Shame we gotta do this all over again, but it's fine. Those tiny spots we probably won't have to worry about at all, which is good. They'll irritate me in the back of my head, but as long as they stay there, it's fine. I think the issue is that the dark yellow and the blue next to each other are just making the trees back there look very green. If I hard like this. Oops, no. No. Darken, no. Darken it! I swear that multiply is just always like the way to go for that, I swear to God. I just want to get like the environment lighting just kind of like locked in before I go in with the rendering, because I think having that is just going to like help a lot at this point. Oops. What layer is that on? I think I might not even like put like a texture on like those very like far back leaves. Guess we might as well fill that in just a little bit. And then I want it to be very like in shadow, but I think 70 is good. We're gonna go up here. Something a little bit more brown. I'll try this. Oops. Grayer. And multiply. I don't know how I'm gonna add that kind of shadow up there. I think there should be like a vignette that might help. I'm gonna try making it like black too. Transparent foreground, circular, gradient, and then multiply. Yeah, just having like that general like thing there is helpful, but the vignette is also just not doing it for me right now. Should probably go at like the very like top somewhere too, to be honest. So let's see. Go back to this. Oh, that was why. So I only want this gradient to be affecting a few things. I don't want it to be in the sky. The sky is a light source in a sense, right? Granted, it's all coming from the sun, but here the sun's like completely like just not visible, so this is a light source, right? This would be the light source. No, that's not the kind of blur that I want to do. I need the gradient to come down like that. How am I gonna do this? Because the whole reason why we didn't do the gradient is so we could like erase it like very cleanly where the sky is, right? But now I need to figure out how. Motion blur maybe? Set this to 180. Oh no, that's not angle. One for 90. There we go. What does that look like? No, not what I'm looking for. Okay. How do I do this? I guess the simple answer is just manually blur the bottom, right? Like that's probably the best thing. I swear there's a way to do this though. I like how that looks. Not really. I swear there's a way to get this, to treat this more like a gradient, but I don't know. Maybe it is just better to do like a regular gradient tool. Let's try it. It's not too hard to achieve that same effect again anyways. The grade just doesn't... I think the grade just also doesn't look that nice. Okay, let's try something like this. Do want to bring that a bit lower. See, because now the sky is like... Oh, you know what I could do? You know what I could do? Turn this off. Let's take the wand tool. I had completely forgotten that this tool existed until like last night when I had to redo all the white borders on my stickers to make sure that they were good for printing. Wanted those borders nice and even. And I found a really cool tutorial on how to achieve like quick borders without having, which was really nice. So shout out to that. And I finally, that also led me to figuring out how to use like a command I don't normally use too, which was really cool. Let's see, I think get right there too. Turn this back on. So we have all of that selected now, right? And that's in the sky. We're just gonna then put this back on. And I think that is giving the effect that we want. Perfect! Just in time for roughly about when I want to end too. I think I will workshop this a little bit. It's obviously not perfect just yet. It's missing like a lot of stuff. And I think the color is still just a little bit off, but you know what? We have a start at the very least. And I haven't blurred the entire background yet, so we're not doomed. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it off a little bit early here tonight just because it is big sleepies right now. And it does seem like chat has been in for a bit. I think the viewership has been dropping off a little bit, but I'm not too concerned about that. We'll be resuming streams once again on Tuesday. And big reminder that I will not be doing an art share on Saturday. I have plans on Saturday and I do not want to be doing the whole social media manager thing while I'm out with friends. Besides that, new art tomorrow. The art shares will be coming back on Sunday. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you all so much for watching. Love you all, and good night.